Hey guys, it's Mike Fisher, 24-hour flood response. Today I want to talk to you about wood floors and how you can save them or if you can save them. So really there's three types of floors that we look at dealing with wood. We have the stuff that looks like wood, that's not wood, it's like a vinyl plank or a laminate plank. And those are great with water on top, but as soon as water gets under them, it's super hard to dry, if not impossible. And so those normally get paid for, get covered by insurance to just get replaced. Then you have a engineered floor, which is like a piece of plywood, so tons of layers, and then they have this faux finish. That's what this is. So this is a wood finish on top of plywood, and then you also have a solid wood. So it's solid wood, that is solid all the way through. And so the only ones that we can for sure save 9 times out of 10 is the solid wood. And so we're dealing with, I wanted to show you why the engineered floors are not salvageable. And luckily, we found it's not often that it happens while we're here on the job, but it does happen. And so I'm at a house with a floor with a engineered wood floor. And so what happens is, as that water hits it, in this case it was hot water, I think that's what sped it up. But if you come over here, you can see it's just a piece of this floor has come off. That's as thick as that wood floor is, the real wood. I mean, as far as the wood that you're seeing. Down here is real wood, but it's not the wood that you're seeing up here. So it's just a thin piece of wood, and when that hot water or water gets under that, it can break down the adhesive, and then over time that's going to come up. So first night this was super popped up and really obvious, but less obvious down here. And so, but now a couple days later, this floor is now popped up right here. There's a few other spots right here. There's another piece. So it's coming up. This feels like it has a couple of layers. But what happens is, when you see a cupped floor or a solid wood floor, that the sides are coming up. So it's laying flat like this, and as it gets wet, it swells. And so it comes up, and some people call it warped floors, they call it buckled floors. And in this case, it's cupped. And when that happens, we can come in, put these mats down on top of that, suck air through the mats instead of blowing it just across the top. So we're drying the subfloor, we're drying the wood floor. And so we're able to dry that all out evenly at the same time, which makes it so we save it with a better chance of not cracking. So sometimes if you dry a wood floor from up top with just fans blowing across it, you're drying out the top too fast, and then it starts to crack. So by sucking that water through, we're able to save those wood floors. In this case, we're not gonna be able to save this because of all the layers. And so in this case, this portion of this floor will need to be replaced. Likely the whole floor will need to be replaced because it's not gonna be matched. It's gonna be harder to match. We have a wood floor guy coming in to take a look to see what he can match. But you can see, as I put a meter down, you can see I'm still getting high readings. So it's still wet. Now this is the second day after, so it's been a couple of days, but we're still getting wood floor or high readings on the wood floor. And we really can't keep it anyway because it's starting to delaminate, starting to come apart. So if you're drying out wood floors, the wood floors you can dry out are the solid wood floors. Is it impossible to dry these out? We've had a commercial property. You got to just dry it all the way. We'll be doing a remodel here shortly, so we just need it to get through a season or a portion of a season, a few more weeks. And so we came in and we got the water out, so there was no mold, but they ended up replacing all that because they were going to do it anyway, and they just needed to get through that portion. So sometimes you can dry it out, but the fact is, later down the road, this adhesive can break down and then come apart, and now you have a floor that is no good anymore. So it doesn't always show up right away, but inevitably, most of the time it does, and it just and then you've got to replace it anyway. So again, Mike Fisher, 24-hour flood response. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment. Otherwise, like and subscribe. Thank you.